the pretty people say, hi, Jerusha. Listen, Facebook, very important. Make sure, I wanted to remind you, it's not too late, Facebook family. Hashtag to all the pretty people. What that means is we celebrate, collaborate, and we create great connections. Three C's. We celebrate, collaborate, and create great connections. And so we want to share what we know for sure. So if you're a part of the Pretty People organization, yes, hashtag pretty people. And so I want to make sure that you did not forget, Facebook family and the pretty people, to make sure you are in the follow-up training. Very important that you're in the follow-up training. I just got off a call and I was just telling her that it's so important that you follow up. If you follow up, you're going to have more business, you're going to have more success, and you're going to get really good at follow-up, and you're going to get really good at talking to people. But if you don't follow up, you're not going to be able to practice. You can't follow up on your family and friends. You need to follow up with the strangers, with your prospects, with your leads. You've got to follow up. And so what I found is most people follow up one time and then they just give up. Well, the person wasn't interested. The person didn't reply back. The person didn't text back. It doesn't mean they're not interested. I am an example of, I was interested in building a home-based business, but I didn't follow up with the person that contacted me. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the hearts on TikTok. She followed up with me. Imagine you not following up with me. Wouldn't you like me on your team, in your business, in your organization? But if you're not following up, that's not going to happen. So if you're joining me, I'm Jerusha, business coach for over 18 years. And so very excited about my experience and how I can help you. My hope is to shorten someone else's learning curve. Obviously, a speaker, my background is radio and television. So I know a thing or two. And so I want to make sure I share with you how to leverage and monetize social media, but I help people build their businesses online and offline. So I create what I call double threats. So if you want to be a double threat, hashtag double threats. If you want to be a double threat. And so I thought it was important after I got off my call to share with you, go live and just give you some basic follow-up tips, some basic questions that you can ask. We're going to continue this conversation on my TikTok. So if you're not following me on TikTok, follow me over there, because I'm going to be over there really training on this today, right now. So, hey, Denise is in the building. So please make sure you're following me on TikTok, because I have an obligation on TikTok. I have to show up on TikTok every single day, at least 5 days out of the 7 days, and give them great motivation, inspiration, and business tips. And so I don't want you to miss all this goodness. And so, yes. So let me just tell you. So on the business call, I followed up with this young lady, and she didn't call me back. I followed up because that is what business professionals do. When you shop at a certain store and they follow up with an email or they follow up with a text message, it is an easy way to keep in contact and make that connection with people and the people they know, because people think that's good service, especially if you are a small business owner. And so if you're not doing that, you're missing out on 85% of your business. Okay. It takes more than 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 attempts for you to close business. Now, what's happening is most people don't know what to say after the first attempt. How many of you, be honest, you're like, I want to follow up, but what am I going to say when I follow up the second time? What am I going to say when I follow up the third time? What am I going to say to follow up the fourth time? I got you covered in the follow-up training that I am having for the FREE, baby, right? You do have to grab the follow-up ebook and you will be automatically entered in the follow-up training. Okay. The follow-up training is for you because you are leaving money on the table. And I want to show you how to get your money, how to get the bag, how to do it. And so you don't see people following up. You see a post. You don't know systems are following up. Automations are happening. And so tools are being used. You don't see that part. The part you see is somebody posted, you see that they have comments or likes, and you just assume every single person is going to their website to purchase. Now, every person isn't doing that, right? Maybe a few people might, but the real deal is we're building connections behind the scene. That's a fact in every business. We're building those connections. Now, whether that connection is in Messenger, whether you have their text message number, or whether that's through email, but you are making a second, third, fourth, and fifth connection with people outside of posting. You're not just going to post and then trillions of people go to your website. Okay. You're going to have to do a little bit more than that. And I'm talking from experience. Experience is a good teacher. I'm talking from experience. And I don't want my pretty people, and I don't want my people struggling in the follow-up area. And so what I did is I said, let me just put all of this together for you. I'm going to give you, if you grab that follow-up ebook, guess what you're going to have? Say, Jerusha, guess what you're going to have? You're going to have a year's worth of follow-up of what to say. You're also going to have the follow-up sequence, because you want to follow up 24 to 48 hours after meeting the person, after the first attempt. And then there's a sequence, 2 days, 4 days, 7 days, for an entire year of what you should be following up about. And that's where people get a little tricky. Now, let me just say this. If you only have 5 customers, you don't need an app or an automation. Even if you have, in my opinion, you talk to your business coach, your mentor. If you don't have more than 50, 75, 100, 200, 300, 400 people, you don't need the automation yet. Because I think if you have less than 50 people, you can follow up yourself. Like, you really can. You're just texting or messaging or emailing. But I think once you have hundreds of customers, it's really hard for you to do it yourself. This is where you got to invest in an app, invest in a tool that's going to help you follow up in the back end so you can focus on what you do best. And what is that? Meeting new people. Yes, meeting new people, marketing your business online, showing up online. That is where you need to be while your systems are working in the background. Is this helpful? Is this helpful? Hello, gorgeous. Good to see your beautiful faces. Yes, I love the hearts. Heart me up. So I just want to tell you, I didn't want Facebook to forget to go ahead, grab the follow-up ebook, and you're automatically entered in the follow-up training. Yes, the link is in the bio, or you can just put follow up in the chat. Myself or my assistant will send you the link. So all you have to do is go to my link tree, wherever my name is, you'll see a profile, or put follow up in the chat just so you can see what's available. It's pretty unbelievable. Actually, my business partner was like, don't give it away. Don't give your training away. That's your time. An hour to train with me. Yes. And she's like, that's your time. You cost more than that follow-up ebook. I said, yes, but what I find is when you show people and you give or whatever, it's going to come back. So I'm not worried about it. I just know I don't want too many people struggling if they're serious. The ones that aren't serious, they're not going to do it. And that's okay. But the people that are like I was, if somebody just show me, I can do it. If somebody just show me like step by step, I can learn anything. I was like that when I got online. I had already ran a business successfully offline. But when I got online, this was a whole new baby, right? And I was just like, oh my gosh, what are these people doing? If somebody just take me by the hand, I'm going to master it. And I mastered it. But I was willing to invest a little bit each time, a little bit more each time, a little bit more each time to get to where I am now. So now I can pour into other people and say, I was you. It wasn't like I wasn't you. I was you for sure. I thought every video had to be perfect. I thought every, the background, I thought, oh my gosh, I messed up this word. I need to record it over. Like I was perfecting everything. And I realized people actually don't like people that's perfect because nobody's really perfect, but they don't like it. They like to see you have flaws just like me. Okay. You struggle just like me. We just struggle in different areas. And I didn't want that to be a hindrance of me growing through the pandemic. So what did I do? I learned how to use the tool called social media. I learned how to follow up using these tools and apps. And I'm going to share with you in the follow-up training, the apps. I'm going to give you how you can start your funnels, your email apps that I use or websites. And so all of that is going to be available for you. I'm so excited to do this. So all you have to do, if you want to be a part of that on Facebook, put follow up in the chat or go straight to my link tree. Wherever my profile is, you'll see my link tree. Grab the follow up ebook. You'll be automatically entered. That's the good part about it. Yes. You're like, what? Automation is great. Okay. So you want to get to that point. So we got to build that customer base. We got to build their client base. We got to build those relationships. We got to do it. Let's go, peoples. We got to do it. Now, the other thing is once you make a commitment to yourself, you should probably follow through. What I find is people will get stuff and they don't even do it. I don't like that. You hoard information. I'm going to get all this great information Darusha's giving out. I got it. I'm writing it down. I'm doing it. Yes. And then you just hoard it in a notebook like this, all these pages of notes, and you never do anything. You say, one day I'm going to do it. One day I have the notes. I have the apps. I was in the courses, and one day I'm going to do it. Right? Let me just tell you, one day leads to a town called nowhere. One day leads to a town called nowhere. You're not doing it. We're already September of 2023. Remember the dreams and the goals, they're still available. You still can do it. I'm a firm believer of it's not over till the fat lady sings. However, you need to implement. Information without implementation is just information. You're just smart walking around. You're that person. You're so smart. I'm just smart. I don't actually use all this knowledge and wisdom. I'm just smart. That's how I talk to my kids. I be so sarcastic. I'm like, yeah, I'm just like so brilliant that I don't even think. So what I want you to do is I want you to say, you know what? I need to start implementing all these things that I've heard from different business coaches, influencers. I need to start doing it. And follow up is one of the major problems that we see in businesses. I've trained thousands over the years. And what I see is follow up is probably the biggest concern or challenge. And so we want to help you with that. And so I was on a business call just now, and I said, let me go live. And guess what? I just ask certain questions when I follow up. You just got to learn what to ask. It's really, really not that hard. We do make it difficult because we're afraid of the person on the other end, even though she's just like you. If she, gets cut, she's going to bleed. She's just like you. Nothing is different. And so what I want you to do is, and this, if you want to know, she said, what did you say? Okay. If you want to know what I said was, I'm going to tell you a little bit on Facebook, but please follow me on TikTok because I'm going to continue this conversation and training on TikTok because I have an obligation with TikTok to train for an hour. And so, yes. So let me just tell you what I was talking to her about. Basically, she watched my opportunity video. For those of you that don't know, I actually promoted myself to an online business. So I'm currently developing 100 new business partners to do what I do. Yes, I could be your mentor, your business coach. You want to learn more about what I do? Put 100 in the chat. Put 100. And so in doing this, I am 100% online using tools and obviously social media. And so she wanted to hear more. She's like, I love your attitude. I love your energy. I need to be connected to you. I'm like, great. Thank you for the hearts. Heart me up. You're so sweet on TikTok. And so she listened to the opportunity and I got a chance to follow up. She's okay. And she wasn't available. She texts, I'm not available. I'm not at home. All right. So what do? You wait. She's not at home. That's fine. So now she calls me back and we have an opportunity to talk about what she's learned. Not if she's interested. What did you learn? And so she was able to tell me, this is what I've learned. Yes, I'm all in. Yes, I want to do it. Yes, I'm doing these things. I'm like, great. This is my question I asked in follow-up. What did you like best about what you've learned? It's all about what you learned. Not if you're interested. Write this down. When someone has heard your opportunity, when someone has heard your services, whatever it is, you ask, hey, Melissa, hey, Denise, hey, Vanessa, whoever it is, hey, Kasha, you need to say, thank you for watching. Obviously, I appreciate your time, whatever. What did you like best about what you've learned? ? And let it sit on the shelf. Wait for it. Wait for it. Listen, we talk too much. The person that talks all the time loses. Period. You just want to ask the right questions leading to the results you want, right? So now a pretty person is putting this in the chat for me. I'm like, what did you like best about what you've learned? And then she's like, oh, I like that I can work from home. Yes, I'm already an entrepreneur, but I like that yours is really automated. You have a system. And I like da. All right. Now, You like all of these things. I didn't say, tell me what you think. That's what most people do. I was calling to tell me what you think. And then the person is like, oh no, my aunt did this. I think that, 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 that. That's not what I asked. I asked about what you learned. I want to know what you like best. I want to know what interests you the most. That's what I want to know. Right? You see how that's a positive question? And then she's like, I want to be able to provide for my family. I'm getting ready to buy a new home. Bam! Soon as she say that, that's your why. We're getting ready to purchase a new home. We're getting ready to be empty nesters. And, I'm excited about that. So I know why you're looking for a business. I know why you're looking to make more money. You're getting ready to purchase a home. People will tell you exactly what you need to know to close the deal. But we've got to learn to listen. Listen. If you listen, they tell you everything, right? So now she's like, oh, I got to get my daughter, one more daughter, she'll be leaving, da, 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 da. And so when she said, I just need to make more money, my question was, well, why is that important to you? So it's not just money. Why is making money important to you? Why is that important to you? Ask. She's going to tell you, well, my daughter's moving to New York and she's going to be on her own. We want to be able to help her when she moves to New York. Da, 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 da. That's why it's important to you. It's not the money, it's helping your daughter. It's not the money, it's you purchasing a new home. It's not the money, it's helping your parents. It's not, that's the real reason. Okay. And so whatever the person says, I want to be home with my children. I want to homeschool, whatever. Now you know the real reason why they need to get started with you. Now that you have that answer, you know what to ask and what direction to go in. So you get to say, you can write this down too. This is really good. Come on. What you get to say is, what would that mean to you and your family if you did earn extra money? What would that mean? She's going to tell you what that means. That means my daughter doesn't have to get a loan to go to school. That means my daughter doesn't have to, worry about a car. I'm able to buy her a car. That means da, 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 whatever it means. And now you're like, okay, your family is the most important thing to you. It's not things. It's not a car. It's not a purse. It's not a handbag. It's not anything like that. Your family is your priority. That is what will make you work when you don't want to work. Now, for some people, not that you don't love them, that's not a motivator. For some people, it's like, that is not a motivator. I get it. For me, my two boys, it's a motivator. My parents, it's a motivator. And so if you don't have kids, that's not a motivator, right? And so I want you to think about what people are saying and all of the overcoming objections you've heard, all of the ways that you've heard to really seal the deal and start implementing those things. And so this way, when you ask the question, why is that important to you? When you do something like that, this is how you build that connection. Because now when I talk to you in the future, I know your daughter is in New York. I get to say, hey, how's your daughter doing now in New York? Hey, were you able to purchase that car for your daughter? Hey, how's she's doing in school? That's all about following up with the person. Now you actually have leverage. Yes, you say yes. And so if I could teach you, could you learn? Would this make you happy? If I could teach you a skill, show you exactly what I'm doing, could you learn a skill? Yes. Is there any reason why we couldn't get started? So now you don't have a reason not to get started. You just said why you wanted it, right? We know you need it based on what you're saying. You're excited about it, right? Nothing is stopping us from moving forward today. My key word is today. Is anything stopping us from moving forward today? Nothing. Okay, great. Here's the application. Let's get started so we can start working on getting your daughter's car. So we can start working on, I'm using what they said. So we can start working on your new home, the down payment of your new home. So we can start working on you taking care of your parents. So we can start working on, not so we can make money. Remove it. She gave you the why. So we can start working on you being a stay-at-home mom. So we can start working on whatever. That is what makes the person happy. They'll do the work if they're going to get the end result. People do the work. They will. And so they got to have a big enough why, because if it's just Oh, I just want to buy clothes. They're not going to do it for that. I just want to hang out more with my friends. They're not going to do it for that. So you got to figure out what really will drive them. So yes, I say, sounds to me that you're ready to get started. Sounds to me you're ready to get started changing your life. Sounds to me you're ready to get started. If it's a product, you say that. Sounds to me you're ready to get started losing weight. Sounds, whatever it is. Sounds to me that you're ready to get started changing your circumstances. Sounds to me that you're ready to get started towards that down payment on your house. Sounds to me is exactly what I was saying. Sounds to me, that's it. Yes. If it's a product, you just say whatever the product does. So that's why I said weight loss. So if she said, yes, they said I was overweight, I have diabetes, I have high blood pressure, whatever she says, and you have a product to solve that problem, and you've answered those questions, sounds to me like you're ready to go ahead and start that weight loss journey. Sounds to me like you're ready to get rid of that high blood pressure with this product, da 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 da. Sounds to me, that's it. You don't make it complicated. Y'all heard me say my two magic words is, okay? Especially when you're following up. When I follow up with people, I make sure I say two words: as promised. As promised, I'm following up with you about da, 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 as promised. Because this is what happens. People are like, oh yeah, she did promise she would follow up. And it's credibility. You're actually doing what you say. Because a lot of what I do is automated in systems. When I actually pick up the phone and call people and they see it's me, they're like, oh, I didn't think you were going to call. Oh, I thought your assistant was going to call. Oh, I can't believe I'm talking to you. No, I am following up as promised. And I say it as promised. I'm giving you a call, Vanessa. This is Jerusha. I say it every single time. As promised, I'm giving you a call, Denise. I said I want to hear the voice every single time. So you figure out, right, what that looks like for you, and you start following up, because people with good intentions make promises. People with good character keep them. If I say I'm going to follow up, I am going to follow up. I'm going to communicate with words. I am going to do it. Now, just because you learn a great follow-up system, we still know everybody is still not going to move forward with you, right? It's just not going to happen in anything. Everybody is not going to move forward. Everybody's not going to see the vision. Everybody's not going to see the product results. They're just not going to do it. So what you want to do is understand some will, some won't. So what? Some wait, ask. Write that down. Some will, some won't, some watch, some wait, ask. You ask when you follow up. You're asking every single person. Every single person. Your money is right in the follow up. Right now, you got a list of people who said they were curious, they were interested, and you just never followed up. You was like, well, they know I sell oil. They know I sell candles. They know I sell. They may know it, but you are not a priority. They may even want it, i.e., me, from the first person who spoke to me. I didn't follow up with her. She gave me her card, but I didn't follow up with her. She didn't say, hey, you're going to follow up. She followed up with me. And then I canceled, and she followed up again. And so when I tell you from my own experience, what if she didn't follow up with me? She wouldn't have had me, baby. See, that's why you don't know who you're talking to. You don't know who's ready. You don't know who's hungry. You don't know who's looking for a change. You don't know who needs that product until you follow up and follow up and follow up. So if you want this follow-up training, because if you love this little 10-minute training, you're going to love to follow up. So if you love this type of follow-up and you need that follow-up for a year, I'm going to give you follow-up for a year. I'm going to give you my personal sequence. I'm going to give all of this to you in the training. All you have to do is grab the follow-up ebook, put follow-up in the chat, or go to my link tree, put follow-up in the chat, or you go ahead to my link tree, click it, go ahead and grab that follow-up ebook, because you're going to need the ebook when we do the training. Okay. And so I decided, let me do this for the pretty people, Lord. We're going to free the pretty people. Okay. So the class is going to be free. Free. So the training itself is going to be free. So we're going to give them my time, and I want them to do so much better in their businesses. I want us to get ourselves out of debt. I want us to create residual income. I want us to have financial freedom. I want it for us. I want it. And so because I don't want just my team, my 100, I want everybody who wants to do it, right? I want all of us to win. I want to see you win, girl, selling your t-shirts. I want to see you win, selling your cookies, whatever. I want to see you do it too. That's why the collaboration is important. That's what makes you pretty. We celebrate, collaborate, and we make great connections. The 3 C's. That's what being pretty is. And so when I share, you share. That's how we change the world. Knowledge is the new rich. And so, yes, she said, I want to learn about the 100. That's real simple. Oh, but follow up. I see you, girl. Follow up. I see you putting follow up. I promise I will come back to you and send you the link, or you can go to my link tree. If you want to learn, y'all, I have a new way. I'm going to try to see if this works. I know it does, but if you want to continue this conversation with me, I'm going to be on TikTok for a little bit longer. So Facebook family, all you got to do is come over on TikTok, follow me on the ticks and the talks, because I have an obligation over here, right? This is what you call commitment, consistency, do it anyway. And so, yes, so follow me over there. I'll be happy to answer your questions about follow-up on the TikTok. So if you're here, you see my beautiful face, come over on TikTok. We're going to continue this conversation. But if you want to learn about the 100, I said I was going to do this. Okay, go ahead, scan this. If you want to learn about the 100 new business partners that I'm developing, scan this right here. It says, scan me. All right, scan this. It's going to take you to my page, and it's going to send you the info about the 100 that I'm personally developing. So take your phone, go ahead and leave me off the live. Go to your camera. Go ahead and scan this. Girl, technology is beautiful. I said, I'm going to try this on this live and see what happens. All right. So then what we got to do is, I'm the person who jumps. When I hear something, I hear a new strategy, I'm like, let's go. Let's do it. So do me a favor. Go ahead and come out of this. Go to your camera. Scan this. It's going to bring you to like a link. Click it. And you're going to be on my personal page. And it's going to share with you the info about the 100 that I'm personally developing, helping them learn how to build a business, how to start a business, how to leverage and monetize social media. And you get to work with me. And I get to work with you. So scan this. Yep. And fill it out. And hopefully you and I have an opportunity to talk. So if you love this type of training, I'll see you in the follow-up training. Put follow-up in the chat, or just join me over here on the tick and the talk. I'm happy to answer any business questions over here on TikTok. And so I love you, Facebook, but I did not want to miss out reminding you, this is follow-up. See, this is follow-up. Reminding you to jump in the follow-up training. It's Tuesday at 1:30. Yes, you're working. Doesn't matter. The replays are going to be available. Doesn't matter. It's Tuesday at 1:30 for an hour with Wah. And the live Q&A is going to be at night, so you'll be at home. So the live Q&A is a bonus. It's going to be at night, so everybody's off work and you're able to get on the live. You're able to get on the live, so I'm super excited about that. So put follow-up. TikTok, I will see you in a moment. Facebook, guess what? Join me over there, and we're going to go from there. How many of you scanned it? Yep, you got it. Okay, if you scanned it, I appreciate you getting educated. I don't know if it's a fit or not, but I know one thing. I am helping 100 families. I am changing 100 lives. I am helping them earn $100,000. I see the 100. I feel the 100. So if you want to learn more about the 100, all you had to do was scan me, scan this. Okay, so we can just get you educated first. I'm not saying it's a fit. We're going to get you educated first. Okay. And then we go from there. Then I get to answer your questions. And then we get to get on the phone. And then I get to find out what you're doing. And then I get to give you some great advice. And then we get to be friends forever. Exactly. Just okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Fayla in the building. So I'm Jerusha. I'm really just thankful that Grace and Mercy follow me. And I'll see you on the page. Well, I'll see you on TikTok.